Hi everybody, Maverick O'Sullivan here to wish you a happy Black History Month, all of you. You see, it doesn't matter what race you are. It's important that we all embrace this, and here's why. We're always learning and growing and getting better all the time. That should be our goal, not just for us, but for our country. And Black history is a roadmap to that kind of positive growth. It's the ultimate underdog story of perseverance without resorting to cruelty. And it would benefit all of us to know a little bit more about that. I was recently watching this documentary about Martin Luther King Jr., and there was one particular quote that I want to share with you. Now, Martin Luther King Jr. said, "It is a slap in the face to tell someone to pull themselves up by their bootstraps when they don't have any bootstraps." I love that, but not just for what he said, but for what he didn't say. Is that he didn't go, especially when your ancestors were the ones who took their boots away in the first place. No, because he's humble, and he's not preaching a message of guilt. He's preaching a message of compassion. That's one of the things I loved about it, was that he could have gone that extra step. But that's not what he's about. That's one thing I love. And he has so many beautiful, amazing, inspirational quotes for all of us that we can truly benefit from. So I definitely advise you to check out more stuff about Martin Luther King Jr., one of the most amazing men to ever be born on American soil. Speaking of great Americans, one of the best presidents of my generation has been President Barack Obama. He's done so much, and there's always, some argument about everything and whatnot, but let's face it, he really, of all the politicians, he's one of them who had our best interests at heart, and it really showed. We never saw a scandal about him being bought or anything like that. I mean, the biggest scandal was him wearing a tan suit, I believe. But no, truly wonderful guy. Really glad that we had him for a president. I'm really hoping for more people like him. One of my biggest influences as a kid, one of my biggest role models, was Will Smith. Will Smith is an amazing actor, entertainer, singer, and despite being not only rich and famous for his acting, but also his singing, having a singing career and keeping his nose clean, drug-free, staying out of crime and everything, he was always focused on not just being a role model, but being an example of a wonderful Black person. He was always thinking that. He was always thinking about the impression he's going to leave on society. And he left a truly great one. And he still continues to leave a great impression. He's an inspiration to us all. I mean, come on. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, that stuff holds up even today. It's amazing. And, heck, what better way to spend Black History Month than binge a few episodes of that, right? Also, on entertainment, Kevin Hart has such a big heart. I love him. He's got this, I think it was released last year. It's Kevin Hart's Guide to Black History. Definitely a good show to watch. Hilarious, heartwarming. You'll like it, no matter who you are. But if you prefer some more dirty humor like George Carlin, maybe look up his predecessor, Redd Foxx. Hilarious Black guy with, let's face it, he didn't hold the punches either. And a lot of Carlin's material was inspired by Redd Foxx. So check him out. Careful when searching Black comedians, because you'll end up with some results for Lewis Black, who isn't actually Black. Good comedian, but if you're looking for Black comedians, just a heads up. But also, on Netflix is The Boy Who Harnessed the Wind, based on a true story, and it's really moving. It fits into Black history. Definitely check it out. What you may not realize is just how many rappers have contributed to communities in our society, not just in their art, but with fundraisers and donations to various organizations. Some truly amazing people that, you might just think, oh, it's just some, gangbanger rapper and everything. No! you should definitely look more into it, read a little bit up on it, and I guarantee you're going to see things a different way. Additionally, what you may not know is that Maya Angelou had a very big impact on the rap culture and various rappers, and she's an amazing lady. Like, there's no way you can read quotes by Maya Angelou or Martin Luther King and not feel inspired, no matter who you are, no matter what your skin color. They're amazing people. One thing I recommend you do this February is, there's going to be some point when you're just kind of bored, scrolling through Facebook, got very little to do. I was like, hey, I could look up a little bit about Maya Angelou and Martin Luther King. Because I guarantee you'll be glad you did. Really give you that oomph that you need to be more of yourself and inspire you. Like, this is something that you didn't even realize that you could benefit from. And you'll be glad you did. I'm going to share with you an amazing quote from Maya Angelou to Tupac. And here's what she says. I didn't know who he was. He was into a big row with another young man, so I said to him, may I speak to you? And he was cursing, whoo! And I said, when was the last time anyone told you how important you are? Did you know people stood on auction blocks and were bought and sold that you could stay alive today? It gets me every time. Is that really... I really impressed a lot on Tupac. And that's the kind of person she was. Compassionate and loving. And I think we can all learn a lot from that. You see, black culture is more than just the lyrics and the beat and the aspects that make the work so beautiful, but it's also about the passion, the emotions, the struggle, the overcoming of obstacles, the experiences, the perspective that's unique to their lives that we may never fully grasp, but we see in their art. It's amazing, it's beautiful. I like to think of black culture like this beautiful, amazing flower that grows out of a whole bunch of poop that we've just shoveled onto these wonderful people. It's this amazing flower that we need to appreciate and we need to nurture with love as well. It's water that flower. Learn more about it. Read up on Black history, some of the wonderful people that I mentioned. Next time you're on Facebook, think, hey, instead of scrolling through all this bad news, there's some wonderful art, wonderful quotes, wonderful people that I can learn more about. So just, at least for February, do that, because that will help us grow together, and together can blossom. Thank you. Again, I'm Maverick O'Sullivan on YouTube. You can also find my Facebook page at Comedian Maverick O'Sullivan. I've got a Patreon. The more Patreons I get, the more viewers, the more you guys spread this stuff, the more we can spread important messages, as well as some laughs, let's face it. But yeah, I got some great projects on the way, but it's not about me today. Happy Black History Month. Definitely enjoy Black history because, like I said, it is a roadmap to the right kind of change.